Welcome to Aid Movies. Hope you're all having a swell day. Wandavision, the show, is just 3 days away, and I am so excited. It has been over a year since we've gotten really any Marvel content whatsoever with all the delays in 2020 and COVID. And finally, this Friday, Wandavision is coming out, and so I've seen all the trailers. It looks fantastic, but there's one question still lurking in my mind, and that is, where is this show taking place? Where and possibly when? Because it seems to be spanning across several decades worth of styles of sitcoms, and we don't really have a clue as to the plot or where this is related to the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, other than that it's known to be connected to the Multiverse of Madness. So today, I'm going to share a theory I have as to where this show is. The first major and standout clue in this is that in this show, Vision is somehow back alive. Now, spoilers if you didn't know, but in Infinity War, Vision was killed twice due to Thanos' attempt to gain the Mind Stone on his forehead. And Scarlet Witch was standing there, or rather kneeling there, watching him, and yet in this show, Vision is alive and happy and possibly a little bit confused, and Scarlet Witch is there after having seen him die, and she doesn't really blink an eye. In addition, from the trailer footage that we've seen, there seems to be some sort of glitch in the Matrix going on. Things start randomly changing with, well, Scarlet Witch is being surprised, so it's not just her magical tampering, and people are all confused. One character that we know from the show, Agatha Harkness, asks Vision if she's dead and tells them that he is at one point, which we know is true. So we know that something is odd going on here. My theory is that Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, her memory has possibly been wiped, erased from her head the events of Infinity War and Endgame, so she would just be having undergone Tony's radar and are now happily living out the rest of their lives in some strange fantasy world. Or that's what she thinks anyway, when in reality, she is being held captive by none other than Dr. Stephen Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. Now, we know that Doctor Strange has a list of dangerous individuals or possible threats to the Earth. Probably magic threats, because for some reason Thanos wasn't on the list, but Loki and Dormammu, both magical people, were on the list. And I'm guessing after being imbalanced, plus Quicksilver and Vision dying pretty soon to each other, Scarlet Witch is going to be one of those threats. She's probably made the list by this point. She's sort of imbalanced enough. But Doctor Strange might not have the power necessary enough to just cage Scarlet Witch, who's one of the most powerful heroes and now possible threat in on Earth. It's probable that he couldn't just cage her against her will, so he had to cage her to her will, or rather present it in a way that she's not being caged in another dimension. We know that Doctor Strange can access other dimensions. We've seen the plethora of other universes, Earths, worlds that he's been to in just a few clips of the movie Doctor Strange. It wouldn't be so far-fetched for him to take Scarlet Witch and just put her in a universe of his creation where she's no longer a threat to the Earth, and maybe present Vision to her so she's happy and wants to stay there. And for the most part, this seems to be working. Scarlet Witch and Vision all seem to be very happy there. However, there are glitch in the matrices because, this is a tampering of universe, so nothing is really right there. In one clip of the WandaVision trailer, common enough character going forward in this show named Agatha Harkness is sitting in her car. Vision comes over, taps her on the forehead. She goes, "Are you dead? No. Am I dead? Because you are." And that, maybe she is working with Doctor Strange to capture all of these people, and Doctor Strange realized she was a threat, so he put her in this dimension along with Scarlet Witch and Vision. But since Vision was once alive, he is probably soon going to be figuring out that this is an illusion, and I'm guessing he's going to be the one that sort of wakes up Wanda. It would be another very noble sacrifice on his part to abandon his existence to save Scarlet Witch from this fate. And in which case, when this later ties into the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2, she's probably going to be pretty irked at Doctor Strange. Irked, of course, meaning she's going to go crazy and be insanely mad at him and possibly be a big threat to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And I've seen a lot of theories around the YouTube where Agatha Harkness is going to be the character that's actually trapping Scarlet Witch, and I don't think that's completely off limits. I think she's probably going to be the one who coerced Doctor Strange into doing this, but we already know he's sort of not merciful. He, of course, offered the Time Stone to Thanos to save Tony, but that was only at a very last resort after specifically telling both Tony Stark and Peter Parker, who is a high schooler, if it comes between you and saving the stone, I will save the stone every time. We know he's more of a cold, calculated hero. He's a hero nonetheless, but maybe not the best methods. And so that is how Agatha Harkness, who is probably another magic user or sorcerer, coerces Doctor Strange, tricks him into putting Wanda into this other dimension, and then when he figures out, he just plops her right in there. And of course, there's some changing between random sitcoms through the ages because time and Doctor Strange are one. Could Vision return to the main Marvel Cinematic Universe dimension place? It's possible. It might not be likely, but there definitely is a possibility for this to happen. However, the main focus is Doctor Strange has trapped Scarlet Witch in this separate pocket dimension, and now Vision has to figure out and warn Wanda. So, what do you think? Is Doctor Strange truly realizing that Scarlet Witch could be a threat and putting her in a pocket dimension for the greater good? Wow, that was a mouthful. If you agree or disagree, please comment down below. What are some of your thoughts or predictions on what is going to happen in WandaVision? Also comment those below. If you enjoyed this theory, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want to hear more content like this. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and that is all I have to say. I still don't have an outro. I probably don't plan to at this point.